Hello, and thank you for joining the South Sound Church of Christ Kids program. My name is Kira. Tell me about one way that someone has served you. I know that one time someone has served me was when I was sick as a kid. My mom would bring me soup and medicine to help me feel better. She didn't have to do this, but she wanted to serve me so that I could recover faster. It sounds like you have some great servants in your life. Today, we are learning that we are God's servants. Jesus showed us how to be servants. Let's watch.
Hello, I'm Phineas, and I want to tell you about Jesus and how much he loved people. Just before the Passover feast, Jesus knew that the time had come to leave this world and go to the Father. Having loved his dear friends, he continued to love them right to the end. So Jesus got up from the supper table, set aside his robe, and put on an apron. Then he poured water into a basin and began to wash the feet of the disciples, drying them with his apron. Jesus came to Simon Peter, who said to him,
"Lord, are you going to wash my feet?"
And Jesus said,
"You don't understand now what I'm doing, but you will understand later."
But Peter said,
"You're not going to wash my feet ever."
Jesus answered,
"If I don't wash your feet, you can't be part of what I'm doing."
"Master,"
said Peter,
"not only my feet then, wash my hands, wash my head."
If you've had a bath in the morning, you only need your feet washed now, and you're clean from head to toe. My concern, you understand, is holiness, not hygiene. So now you're clean.
When he had finished washing their feet, he put on his robe and sat down again.
Do you understand what I've just done for you? You call me teacher and Lord, and you're right, because that is what I am. If I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you should also wash each other's feet. I did this as an example, so that you should do as I have done for you. If you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them.
And so, through this powerful event in the Bible, we can see that if Jesus was willing to wash people's feet, then surely we can find ways to serve others like Jesus did.
Imagine Jesus showed up right now in person and started washing your feet. What would you do? If Jesus did this to set an example, what can you learn from it? Just coming from heaven to earth was a way that Jesus served us. But he humbled himself even further when he did a servant's job, washing feet. It was a real shock for the disciples to have someone who was in charge of them serve them. But Jesus showed them what it looks like when we are God's servants.
Amaya, can you be a good servant and wash Kai's feet? Okay, try it again. Amaya, can you be a good servant and wash Kai's feet? Okay. Amaya, can you be a good servant and wash Kai's feet? Good job. All right, you want some soap to put on him? Rub the soap in. Rub the soap on his feet. Good job. This one. Do this one. Good job, Amaya.
Today, we are going to see what it means that we are God's servants. It's actually pretty cool because Jesus himself shows us what it means. Let's read John 13, verses 4 and 5. So he got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. What Amaya just did for Kai is what Jesus did for his friends. It might seem weird in our culture, but back then in Jesus' time, foot washing was a common tradition. People walked on dirt roads to get to places, and they wore sandals so their feet got really dirty as they traveled. It was tradition for them to get their feet washed when they entered a house. What is something that your family might do to welcome a visitor into your house? Here's the thing. Washing a visitor's feet was the tradition, but it wasn't something someone important like Jesus would normally do. That was a servant's job. Jesus washed his disciples' feet to show that we are God's servants, and then he told them why he did. Let's follow Jesus' example. Now I'm going to have Kai wash Amaya's feet, with a little assistance, of course.
Okay. You're gonna wash her feet. Let me see your other foot.
Thank you for being so brave and serving each other. Let's go over some questions. How did it feel to wash someone else's feet? How did it feel to get your own feet washed? What did you think about the example that Jesus gave us? What can we learn about God serving someone else? And maybe by being served. Even though Jesus is God, he did the job of a servant. He set the example for us that we are God's servants. You just served each other here in our class, and now you'll get a chance to serve our church. So let's do a quick service project. Choose one of these service projects that works best for you and your family. Spend 5 to 10 minutes doing the project. Here's some examples. Trash cleanup. You'll definitely need trash bags and a trash can, and you go outside and clean up the trash from your street. Encouraging notes. You'll need paper, tape, washable markers, or whatever your parents feel comfortable with, and you can make an encouraging note and tape them to your window for others to see. Pastor appreciation. You'll need paper and markers for this one. Make cards for your pastoral staff in the church, thanking them for what they do. Later, mail the cards to the church. Make a call. You'll definitely need a phone for this one, and call somebody who you think is quarantining alone and might need a little bit of encouragement, and talk and pray with them. When your family is done with the project, discuss these questions. What did you like about our service project? What difference do you think it will make for people? What are other small, simple things that you can do to serve others? We are God's servants, and sometimes that means spending a whole day volunteering to serve others. But it can also be little things like holding a door open for somebody, or giving a big thank you to a store worker, or letting someone else go first. This week, look for ways to serve. Thank you, and I'm Kira. Boom!
Anyone wants to be first, he must be the very last. Anyone wants to be first, he must be the very last. anyone wants to be first, he must be the very last. If anyone wants to be first, he must be the very last.
So many years, so many trials. God has been with us through them all. He gives us strength through His power. He will never let us down, and we sing, oh, oh, oh. God will guide us, oh, oh, oh. He will provide for us through the wilderness. He will deliver us, oh, oh, oh. So many years, so many trials. God has been with us through them all. He gives us strength through His power. He will never let us down, and we sing, oh, oh, oh. God will guide us, oh, oh, oh. He will provide for us through the wilderness. He will deliver us, oh, oh, oh. He's done it before, He'll do it again. He is faithful, He is faithful. He's done it before, He'll do it again. He is faithful, He is faithful. He's done it before, He'll do it again. He is faithful, He is faithful. He's done it before, He'll do it again. He is faithful, He is faithful. God will guide us, oh, oh, oh. He will provide for us through the wilderness. He will deliver us, oh, oh, oh.
It's the greatest feeling to know I'm doing it right.